Hello, hello. Oh, I can't hear myself on the stream. Hello, hello. Oh, there we go. Oh, I can't hear myself on the stream. Hello, hello. It seems that I'm coming through okay. Let me just get the stream shared into the chat because the championship could be won tonight, gentlemen. Could be won tonight. Let's have a look. Let's get everybody tagged. So, yes, gentlemen, good evening to everybody. Bit touch and go with the stream, but we decided that we'll turn up. because I was having a few problems last week. Well, I say last week, it was Sunday. Because I was having a few problems last week. Well, I say last week, it was Sunday. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm coming through the stream. Sounds all right on my end. If I do disappear throughout the stream, just whoever's not racing, drop me a little message and I'll try and get it all sorted. But yeah, got the lobby starting to fill up, not too far off before we got the main protagonists in at the minute. And again, we've got the two Mercedes boys tonight. We've got the two Astons in tonight as well. We've got Pray For Ye, Prof's in there, Looney Man, Royal Rumble. And you know what? Let me just take this moment, massive, and I reckon it's who we got in the lobby now currently. Speechy as well. Speechy's currently not in the lobby, but he will be soon. But massive shout out, honestly. Massive shout out to Basson, Prey, Prof, Looney Man, Royal Rumble, Arbig Dory, Riley, Andre, Lee Webb, and Speechy. You've been an absolute constant throughout the whole season. So yeah, massive shout out to you lads. We'll get it hopefully sorted before next season. I know everybody's kind of had enough of this game and can't wait to get to the new one. But yeah, no, I just want to absolute massive shout out to you boys. Like I said, turn up every week and yeah, legends, every single one here. So I believe Speechy is the last one. Speechy's the last one. Thank you, Pray. Arbeg Dory, how are you, bud? I hope you're feeling better, mate. We've got another sick man in the lobby this week, but you set the tone last week, so Lee Webb's called off his sick bed, and he's gonna race. Shout out to Lee Webb. Calvin's in the lobby, so yeah, it could be 11 we've got then for tonight. It could be 11 because I did see Speechy checked in. Speechy's not racing, the little knobhead. So I was just giving him a big up and all stuff like that, you know, and now he's just proper let me down, proper Larry the letdown, you know. So we're going to have to find a new douchebag of the day this week. So I think that's us basically about ready, no? We've got 10 drivers. I think if that's everybody, Basu, why not? If that's everyone, pleasure's all mine, Adil, mate. Pleasure's all mine, bud. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure for commentating on you boys. Still got one this week and one more race to go. But yeah, it's just I'll give it the old emotional speech. Just going for a wee. All right then, mate. Make sure you sit down and wipe yourself correctly, Basson, because you know Basson's one of them guys that sits down when he has a wee. You don't stand up like the rest of us fellas. He sits down, Basson does, when he has a wee. He sits down and plays on his phone. He flips through TikTok while he's having a wee. Sorry, Basson, then I'll let your secret out there. But yeah, honestly, we done it last week. We'll do it again this week. Lee Webb, absolute legend. If you're in the chat and listening to the stream, I know there's not many of you at the minute, but I fucking love Basson, I'll tell you that. Too old to stand up. Mate, you're still in your 20s, man. What are you talking about? Try being my age, mate. You push too hard, you slip a disc in your back. But yeah, whoever's in the chat, let's throw a couple of flames up in the chat. Stiggy pulled out tonight, mate, because of the low numbers. But to be honest with you, you know, you should know me by now. I'll tell it as it is, mate. I would have pulled out tonight, to be honest with you. But it's only the fact that, yes, flames there for Lee Webb. I would have pulled out tonight, Adil, to be honest with you, mate, because of the low numbers. But as the championship can be won tonight and it's your last race of the season, I thought I'll turn up and give you boys... I know what it's like. I used to race myself. There's another flames for you, Mr. Webb, from Prey. I used to race, mate. It's always nice to go back and either watch it live or to go back and watch it after the race. So low numbers or not, mate. And like I said, tonight will be the farewell of Arbeg Dory. It's his last race. He's actually not racing next week, so he's hoping to get the championship sewn up tonight if he can. I've gone through the permutations. Mr. Webb, how are you, buddy? Thank you so much, Mr. Webb. Got the boys throwing you flames in the chat. Like I said, Lee, look, Lee, if you want to, mate, look, obviously we completely understand, mate. Stick a couple of laps in quali. If you don't feel up for it, mate, pit in and leave the lobby, mate. Obviously it's us trying to get you to race because of the low numbers, but by all means, mate, look, if you're not feeling up to it, bud, at least you've made the effort, jumped in the lobby. It's a lot more than I can say for other people in this division. But yeah, honestly, massive shout out to you for even trying, mate. Absolute massive shout out to Mr. Webb. That's because you're a legend. I'll give it a go, mate. That's because Lee is an absolute legend. Speaking of legends, here's someone who's not a legend, and that's my big brother Gaz. And I say big because he's older than me. How are you, Gaz? Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well, mate. We've got a few low numbers tonight, Gaz, so this is all we got tonight. I've only got 10 people racing tonight. If you had the Formula 1 game, Gaz, I'll get you to get some practice in and get you in the lobby, mate. You wish, bruv. You wish, mate. You wish. So, yeah, here we are. Gaz, I don't know, because you've joined a bit late, you ain't here at the beginning. Just to let you know, if Arbeg Dory wins tonight and Dave Riley finishes 4th or lower, Arbeg Dory wins the championship. If he finishes anywhere on the podium and Riley finishes 7th or lower, Calvin, how are you, bud? 7th or lower, Arbeg Dory wins the championship, which is what he's hoping to do tonight because Arbeg Dory is actually not here next week. So this is Arbeg Dory's final soiree of the season. So he's hoping to get it all wrapped up well and good tonight. Otherwise, he's going to be sitting in Thailand next week, scratching around for internet. And we've got rain. Mr. Riley, my little Vamos family member. How are you, bud? We've got rain. Hold on. It'll be good if I put myself in a chat. So maybe I'm not coming through people's headphones. Bear with. Put myself in my own little party. So I do like getting parties by myself. So there we go. It's all done now. So hopefully I'm not coming through anybody's headset or anybody's screen. So we got rain. I'll try, mate. I'll try, but I'm not Stiggy. I ain't got one of them fancy mod cons that Stiggy's got. I'm not going to... Riley, there's much information I can give you is if you've got racing line on, when it's green, you go. When it's red, you brake. And when it's yellow, you lift off the throttle. That's about as much information as I've got for you, bud. Not going to lie. And we've currently got everybody so far in the pits on intermediates. We got what looks like an Alpine, and that would be Calvin. only on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, mate. You've got it down to a T, mate. Don't worry about that. So Calvin's the one that's leading us around. Absolute OG circuit is Suzuka. Absolute OG circuit. I don't mind a bit of Suzuka, but not on pad anyway. But yeah, the rain. Is this a snippet for this weekend? Also, currently at Suzuka this weekend in the real Formula. Well, we're talking about real Formula One. This is real F1 in the second class Formula One, which has been absolute boring. All right, we had a bit of rain in Australia. I made it exciting, but how boring was that Chinese Grand Prix? So we've got quite a few drivers now out on pit. Andre's normally a late arrival. He normally stays out a little bit. I don't know if it's going to dry up during quali. We've got Arbeg Dory right up the back of a Haas, which I believe is Royal Rumble. And there we can look on the back wing, the rear wing. He's going to let Arbeg Dory go through. We are going to jump back on board with Calvin now. He's just coming through 130R, like Blanchimont in Spa. Going to get it slowed down which is basically similar to Spa as well. Basically, let's call this the second bus stop chicane. And now he's going to get full throttle. I find sometimes you want to take a wide line on quali, but when you finish a lap, you want to get it as close to that pit wall as you can. So Calvin's the first one. And as we know, he's been a hot fire in quali and in the race recently, so he wants to get his time, just feather the throttle round here, long turn 1 and turn 2. Now what I would say is the most tricky part of this track, just feathering the throttle around these S's, and just, it's all about feeling it out at the moment as well. Gets it up through the Dunlop curve. Oh, has a little twitch mid corner through the Dunlop. Hello Stephen, how are you mate? Flick it in as fast as you can through Degner 1, gets it nicely slowed down right through Degner 2, get on the power. He's got a car in front of him, shouldn't cause him that much trouble. I believe the car will see him coming. I believe that might actually be his teammate. Hello Egolf, how are you bud? How are you Stephen? Seeing you both mate. Gets it through to 200R, and a little Google fact for you, that is called 200R and 130R because that's the degree of the corners. Has another little twitch mid-spoon, gets on the power now, might get a grand old towage from his teammate. Teammate seems to have let off the power maybe a little bit too much, can't get a toe all the way down. Alligator, I don't think I've got you. You should be in the group chat, mate. If you look, oh, you're not on PS, are you? You're not on PS, are you? So close to the pit wall, and Calvin sets us off with a 138.6. Our big Dory now is just coming across the line. What's he got? He's going to go 37. No, he's 38 also. 38.4, knocks 5 tenths, half a second. Royal Rumble goes in a 139. Basson's the next one about to finish his lap, and then we've got another Aston behind him. I believe that's Looney Man. Yeah, greatest overtake in the history, and Basson sticks it in pole. That's that Basson we know and love. That's that Basson we know and love. He may sit down to go toilet, but that's that Basson we know and love. 138.2. Looney Man goes 138.3, just a little bit behind. Here we go. We want to give Lee Webb, our mate, a bit of screen time. We've got Riley actually in front of him though. Riley's in front of him now. Riley's just coming through 130R. It shows that he's gone purple in sector 2. We'll see how that is. Riley needs a huge performance tonight. He won't mind me saying it, old Dave Riley, but in the league he's been off the boil the last couple of weeks. Things just haven't gone his way. But things are going his way tonight. First man into the 37s. What do you think? I was about to ask you, Stephen, what's your take on fellas that sit down to go wee? That's the topic of tonight's discussion, because we found out that Basson sits down when he goes toilet. And Lee Webb sticks it in 6th place. Lee Webb sick as a dog tonight, lads. So massive shout out to Lee Webb. Great for you. He's just coming across the line on a 140 flat. And Prof goes 1. Is the track ramping up? Not to say that's a fantastic lap from you just call them shirt lifters, so basically then Basson's a shirt lifter then. Yeah, it's we had a news flash tonight. We had a big news flash that Basson sits down flipping through TikTok when he goes toilet. Starts liking every video. Starts double tapping the screen to like every video. It's from his prison days. We may have a low lobby tonight, but we can still have a crack in the chat. That's the most important thing. Basson, you've just been quoted as an uphill gardener in the chat, mate. Do you want to respond? Do you want to respond to that, Basson? People telling us you like uphill gardening. I don't know about that. Currently on board with Andre. Andre's going to be looking. Car gets lovely out the way there. Gets it flicked in nice. Attacks Degner 1. Slightly off the boil. Takes a lot of curve on the exit of Degner 2. Gets to slow down. Want to get as close as the hairpin as you can. Get the car straightened up. Get full throttle. That's campers are rather tense. Oh, and the chat's getting absolute bananas. Oh, no, let's not mention bananas, Stephen. Sticky toffee pudding. Stiggy is not commentating tonight due to, if you want to be honest, Stiggy's got the shits. No, I'm only joking. Due to the low numbers, he's not racing tonight. And Calvin goes 6/10 quicker. Track is definitely ramping up. Definitely ramping up. But I did find that was a bit of a tentative first lap from Calvin. Just trying to find out where the grip is. We've got Riley now, he's on another fast lap. We will try and jump on board with Andre. Andre puts it, so possibly another tentative lap there from Andre. Only goes into 7th place on a 1:38.4. We're going to jump on board with Riley now, just come out of the Degners. Going to get on the brakes, flicks it into spoon, takes a little bit of exit curb. And you want to get a decent run out of here because this is going to gain you time all the way down the straight. We're going to see, I don't think yet, we're going to get a sector time here from Riley to see whereabouts he is. And he's half a second up. So this will put Riley in 2nd place, but he may find time into the Casio triangle, I think that's called, that corner. Gets it close to the pit wall, and Riley, does he go 36? He goes low 37. He's only a 10th and a bit behind Calvin. So you can normally fill your car up and do a couple of runs on the Arbeg Dory, just starting his lap now. We got an Alpine coming to the end of his lap. I think that could be Pray For You. Yeah, Pray For You. He's on full tank of VRS though, so Pray For You's either pitting in or he's going to go for a second run. Gets it slowed down for the Casio triangle. Is he going to show pit or is he going to go again? He's showing pit. Praise let us all down, lads. We was all getting G'd up for a quali lap and he's gone, nah, nitto to you lot, and he's pulled it straight in the pit. Lee Webb, how was your first lap, mate? How was your first lap? Hope you're doing all right, bud. Royal Rumble's just about to come across the line. He improves by 1.2 seconds to put himself up into 7th place. That's Riley. I don't believe Riley's on Calvin's still out. Calvin's getting full beans. This is definitely a full beans lap from Calvin. Gaz, speaking of that, mate, I've got a question for you. I've got a question for you, and I want you to answer in the chat as soon as possible. I heard a joke today. I heard a joke. And the joke is, what do you call a gay bus driver? Let me know in the chat, Gaz. Let me know your answer in the chat. Again, what do you call a gay bus driver? Arbeg Dory on a 1:37 flat. He puts himself in pole. He puts himself where he needs to be. Does Arbeg Dory? We've got Andres currently on, just coming out the exit of Spoon. He is using ERS. We're going to get his sector time now. Come on, Gaz, waiting for your answer, mate. What do you call a gay bus driver? He's currently 9/10 down, so he's on 100% ERS. So we're going to see if he decides to go pit. So, right, I don't know if you can see it, chat. I asked my brother, what do you call a gay bus driver? And his response to that is, I have no idea, bro. The answer, Gaz, is a bus driver, you homophobe. Like, come on, a gay bus driver is just a bus driver unless you're homophobic like you. You know, bit bang out of order there from you, Gaz. A gay bus driver is a bus driver. You're a proper homophobe, you are, Gaz. I'll have to get you in the room with Diablo, pair of homophobes together. You know, bang out of order, Gaz. Steered you up a blind alley there, didn't I? I got ya, I got ya, I got ya, Gaz. Gaz, you little homophobe, what's up with ya? Oh, boy, with Lee Webb now. I would say normally with Lee Webb giving it the full beans, but I think he's on about half a bean tonight, the way he's feeling. Missed his sector 2 time, so we're gonna wait and see until we come round where we set to 3, where we set to 2 time is. It'll just be as he comes out of spoon. We do have a couple of cars coming. Is that Calvin going again? Surely Calvin's got a pit in now. Yeah, he's showing low fuel. Bray, I think, just in front as well. Now Bray's just starting his lap. We've got Andres currently 2 tenths up, just coming to the Casio triangle, and oh, he has a big slide on entry. Big slide on entry. But he does improve by 4 tenths. Now, the man to look at is Lee Webb. What does Lee Webb? Lee Webb showing 1.4 up. Ah, Lee Webb sticks it up into second place, gaining himself absolute legend status tonight. Hands up if you think Lee Webb was just reeling us in, saying, oh, I'm a bit ill, and bam, he comes out and sticks it into second place. Look at that. We're never going to believe him ever again. Looney Man goes 1:36.2. Track is definitely ramping up now. Definitely ramping up. Arbeg Dory, first man we've seen in the pit, flip on the softs. Oh, he's gone back to Inters. He heard me. He heard me. He heard me, lads. Got another Aston now, I believe that's Prof. Prof just comes through the last chicane now. We didn't see his sector time, very low on the RS. Got a caution sector 2, someone's had a moment who let someone pulling over, and Prof goes 1.4 quicker. Track is definitely ramping up. So it's who is going to be the last man to get across the line with their qualifying lap, as I believe they are going to be the one. Pray for you, you're starting these lap now. So I believe whoever's last across this start-finish line, they're going to be the one to stand a good chance of putting their car in pole. But if you want any chance of that, or i.e. Andre has another big moment. Andre's definitely going to pull in the pit now. But it'll be nice if you do it on the black stuff, Andre. Watching you, mate. Pray for you, he's going to struggle to get round. Pray for you, he's going to struggle to get round unless he has another cool-down lap. He's only on one lap on tyres, so he could have a cool-down recharge lap here now. We've got 2 minutes 40 left in the session. We've got Basson out on track. Basson's on 100% ERS, so he's going for a charge lap. He's just about to start his flying lap now, unless he decides to pull in the pit. No, he stays out. Well, you'd think so, because he's only on 1 lap old tyres. Calvin's on an out lap. These boys in the pit want to hurry up and get out. Riley, Andre, Arbeg Dory, Looney Man. Looney Man, I think that's Looney Man actually coming out of the pit now, maybe. Prof has come into the pit. Prof will be struggling to get in and get out again. It'd be very, very tight for Prof. He needs them mechanics to work overtime and get him in. He had to pit. He's very low on fuel. We've got Lee Webb's going for a charge lap, but he does have his red fuel light on. He does have his red fuel light on, so... How's Prof doing? Is Prof going to manage to get out again? He needs to get... No, and there you go. Right, Prof's done. Prof's quali's done. Arbeg Dory, he's not going to get his lap in. Arbeg Dory's left it well. Arbeg Dory. Unless he does a bit of cutty-wutty, by that I mean cutting loads of corners, he's not going to make it round. Arbeg Dory. Has he left himself open? Wow. He's left it super late. So has Looney Man. Why have you left it this late, lads? Knowing the track's improving. We've got Royal Rumble just about to cross the line. He's just starting his lap now, though. We've got Basson. He's got his teammate Riley just behind him, though. Is he going to give his teammate... Is he going to sacrifice himself, Basson, and give his teammate Riley a big, massive toe arch down the pit straight? If he does, that's what legends are made of. Here's Basson trying to get his teammate a title, but he's gone quite far ahead of his teammate. We've got 25 seconds left. Arbeg Dory. Is he going to make it? Is he going to make it? Andre should make it just in time. Arbegdori, what does Arbegdori do? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arbegdori hasn't made it. Arbegdori hasn't made it. Oh. So, how does all of this play out? I believe Basson, or no, I believe Royal Rumble is going to be our first man across the line. Oh, lads, I don't know why you left it so long in the pit, mate. What's Royal Rumble got? Royal Rumble needs to find 2.4 seconds on this lap. It needs to find 2.4 to get anywhere up near Arbegdori, which he doesn't, but he does go up into 8th. The next man round is Basson. He's got his teammate just behind him. We're going to see their sector times now. Basson is 3/10 up. So that's him currently taking Arbegdori's spot. And remember, we've got Riley just behind him. Basson, you was up in your time. What you done? Riley goes pole, 35.9. Calvin. So it's not too bad for Arbegdori. And Calvin goes into pole on a 35.7. So Arbegdori starts in 5th. That could have been 6th if Basson would have finished his lap. Basson, you had enough space in front of you to finish your lap. He could still lose one. Oh, I thought he was going to lose one more. But just as we jump on board with Andre, he was having a little bit of a skirmish. So we got Calvin, followed by Riley, followed by Looney Man, followed by Prof, followed by Arbegdori, followed by the legend this week, that is Lee Webb. And look how close him and Basson are, look. But Basson, you could have finished your lap, mate, and you could have ended up 5th. And you wouldn't have impeded your teammate, I don't think. Arbegdori's laughing at the minute. I thought Arbegdori was going to end up somewhere down here, 7th, 8th. So yeah, just to reiterate, so we got Calvin in front, followed by F1 Dave Riley, followed by Looney Man, followed by Prof. No, he hasn't got pole, mate. He got beat by Calvin. Calvin nipped him right at the end. He's in 2nd, Riley. But no, I was on board with you, mate. You had enough space. I reckon he had enough space, mate. He could have finished his lap, still give you a toe down that little bit, and maybe that would have got you pole, but 2/10 was quite a lot. So Looney Man, Prof, Arbegdori, Lee Webb, Basson, Royal Rumble, Pray For Ye, and Andre at the back of the pack. Wow. Is he going to go? Is he going to go for a last to first tonight, Andre? But remember, guys, we've got the championship on the line, and it looks like bright blue skies. So, look at that down the pit lane. Yeah, I'll second that, Riley, mate. I had Basson as my teammate for a year. So, yeah, I'll completely second that, mate. He may sit down when he goes toilet. But he's a top guy, mate. Even better teammate. Yeah, Basson's a legend, mate. Honestly, Basson's a legend. According to some in the chat, he may be an uphill gardener, but he's an absolute legend in my eyes. I didn't say. I'm just quoting what was in the chat, Basson, mate. I'm just quoting what was in the chat. You know, don't come firing at me with all guns blazing, you know. I'm just... Okay, I may have made the observation about you sitting down, or I may have started all this, but I'm allowed to. You was my old teammate. So I wouldn't say it about anybody else. Only people I've got 100% respect for. So we're just waiting for everybody. I reckon it's going to be a fairly standard one stop. Medium to hard, hard to medium. Anybody going to risk it, go hard on the first run? No, I wouldn't say there's a high chance of a safety car around Suzuka. Quite a lot of runoff. Even if you lose it in the S's, it's just you're surrounded by grass. So I reckon you could have an accident and it could still be cleared up under either a virtual or just go straight back to green flag racing. So I reckon there's a medium to low chance of a safety car. One you watch there, safety car come out straight away. Take care, lads, into T1. Stay off that inside curb. Try not to go 2-3. Well, you can go 2 wide max. 3 wide, not a hell's hoping chance. Let's just try and keep it tidy. And guys, I know everybody is racing their race. I know you want to finish with a bang, but not pinpointing and picking out favourites. But again, I know we're here to race. But if you do find yourself against Arbeg Dory and you find yourself against Riley, just have in the back of your mind that they are in a championship battle, a championship fight tonight. So, yeah, by all means, go for overtakes on them, but don't get silly. All right, lads? Remember, we've got a championship on the line and we wouldn't want it to be won in unnecessary fashion. And I believe Riley and Adil will be the first guys to admit that they would want to win it on track, not due to any incidents or one of the other drivers getting involved in another one. So again, by all means, race hard, but race fair. So there it says, yeah, your standard medium to hard strategy. Anybody gone on the hard first? Basson and Andre, which is quite a common occurrence from Andre. I always do see him flipping on the reverse, the alternate strap. Early safety car absolutely bums them, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. But like I said, I don't see there being a high chance of a safety car around Suzuka. So we're going to stick it on position change just for the start. Riley's where he needs to be. He's got 2 cars in between himself and Mr. Arbeg Dory. So, and as he's proven the last few weeks, Calvin's no pushover. So Riley's going to have to do a lot of work to try and get in front of Calvin. Calvin taking out the old cone. Said, no, we don't need that. See you later. We don't need that. So we're going to jump on board with Andre. So just to run through the grid again, we've got Calvin, we've got Riley, we've got Looney Man Prof, Arbeg Dory, Lee Webb, Basson, Royal Rumble, Pray For Ye, Cordon Bleu, or Cordonale Andre, or as most of us know him, Dental Technician. So we are going to jump on board with Dave Riley to see what kind of start he gets. Just waiting for the game to sort itself out. We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, we've got 5. And we are off for season 11, round 11, the penultimate race of the championship. It looks like Looney Man's got a decent run, but Riley's trying to stave them off for the time being. He manages to sort that out. It's all fairly sorted so far, apart from Prey's action there. He's had an absolute stonking start as Prey. He's up 2 positions. Lee Webb's gone down 4. He was at a bit of a horrendous start as Lee Webb. They're all starting now just to filter themselves out. Arbeg Dory's where Arbeg Dory is, where he started from. Is he going to try and get his nose down the inside of Degner? He pulls out. I reckon that was the... Oh, he catches a lot of low. He's going to... Now, this is what Riley wants. Riley would love for his teammate on the hards to get in front of Arbeg Dory. That would be heaven. That would be heaven for Riley. But it didn't happen that time round. Calvin's had a great start. He's 8 attempts clear already. Riley needs to try and make sure he keeps within that DRS Calvin. But poor Lee Webb. But he's had a bad start, but he's not getting to, he's not letting Lee boys get too far away. Andre's going for a move down the inside of 130R. Oh! Royal Rumble gets pushed off track. Oh, and there's some wing. There's Rumble 3-second penalty. Andre's got wing damage. And that was a bit of a hustling and bustling there between Royal Rumble and Andre. They've both got end plates missing on their car. So that's just put a big hindrance on both of their races. Royal Rumble has both of his end plates missing. So he's going to be struggling through this part of the track. The right end plate of Andre is missing. I'm sure he's got the left one still on. I'm sure we can see the left one still on. Basson, he's fell 1 second now. He's fell out of the DRS. He wants to try and get himself back into that. Arbegdori still finds himself behind Prof and Looney Man. Is Arbegdori going to make a move down into Spoon? He thinks better of it. Riley's now all over the back of Calvin. He hasn't let Calvin get too far away. Arbegdori. Basson wants to try. Remember, Basson is on the hard tyre though. Basson is on the hard tyre. Let's flick it back to tyres so we can see what everybody's on. And that wing damage is an absolute horrendous start to Andre's race. Just remember, he was actually on the hard tyre also. F1 Dave Riley doing what F1 Dave Riley needs to do. There you go. He's now put 3 cars in between him and Arbegdori, but maybe not for too long because Arbegdori looks to be side by side. Royal Rumble's pit. Prof is trying to hang it around the outside. Does he keep his nose inside? No, he doesn't. Arbegdori, so he closes that gap just as Riley moves up. He moves himself up one also. Going to try and pick them off one by one. And as I've said at the start of the stream, remember, this is Arbegdori. Oh, and Lee Webb is DNF'd, and I believe that's a safety car. Unlucky, Lee, mate. Unlucky, Mr. Webb. Unlucky, mate. Absolute fantastic effort tonight, man. Appreciate you making the effort, bud. Basson also in that we missed it. Basson lost out to Pray For Ye. And bang goes my rule about very low risk of a safety car. Shut up, Mick. You don't know what you're talking about. That's why I need Stiggy here, because Stiggy would have corrected me. Riley got the move done just in time before the safety car, so that's good. So currently Riley in first, Arbegdori in fourth. So Riley's got the fastest lap, so currently a long way to go yet, but Riley's on 51 points. If it finishes how it finishes now, definitely takes the title into next week. If Riley wins tonight and Riley wins next week, he's champion. Lee Webb, go and get yourself a hot drink, mate. Get your nut down, and we'll see you next week, bud. I wish you a full recovery as soon as possible, mate. Fantastic effort. I'll even give you a round of applause there, mate. Fantastic effort for even turning up tonight, bud. Appreciate that, mate. So here we are, we've caught up with the safety car. So let's go through the position changes. Andre pits. Is he going to go back into the hard tyre? Oh, he's gone to another set of mediums. Changed his wing. Royal Rumble should have a fresh wing on as well. Just while we're going around on the safety car, I'll leave you on Prey. Just while I go and get myself a drink. gentlemen. I'm back. Right, and this is going to be the Royal Rumbles now pit again also. So I'd like to see how many... It's only one stop each, but it's soon to be 2 stops, I believe, for Royal Rumble. Hasn't registered his stop yet, but I'm sure it will. Yeah, there you go, 2 stops for Royal Rumble. Position change, Calvin down 1. Pray for you up 3. He's had a best start out of everyone so far. Prof down 1. Arbigdori up 1. And Looney Man, status quo. And Basson did make a position up at the start of the race. And what Riley wants now is Arbigdori to get him through. He's currently in an Aston Martin sandwich. So he wants him to get him through into a battle with his Astons. And then maybe him and Calvin work together to pull away. A safety car definitely will be in this lap. Lap 5. So we'll start at lap 6 when we go racing again. Just seen your comment, Calvin. Congratulations on the pole, mate. I think you'll be a force to reckon with. You only joined a few races ago, but I reckon Calvin will be a force to reckon with next season. Whether it's in this division or another one, I'm not too sure. I think what he showed so far, I think he could be in line for a rejig. He could be in line for a promotion to the higher division. Or they may choose to keep him in this division to see where we go. I don't know what's going on at the back here. We've got overtakes being made under the safety car. I don't know what's happened there. They're having a right old ding-dong at the start of this race of Royal Rumble and Andre. Dave Riley backing up the pack. We go when Riley says we go. Keeping a constant speed. Fairly decent straight, so you could let it go a little bit, but then the start-finish line is not too far from this this bend. We've seen him up on the rear wing and then right over the back of him, and Riley goes and he backed them up. Oh, and Calvin had an absolute big massive tank slap as he tried to get the power down, and he's now coming under attack from Looney Man. Looney Man's got it on the outside, 2 wide into turn 1. When they managed to make it work, great driving there, guys. Arbigdori's now trying to get himself involved around the outside of the S's. Oh, bit of wheel banging, and Riley manages, Arbigdori manages to get him through. Riley's pulled out 1.3 seconds out of the DRS. Basson's lost a place to Royal Rumble also. Let's get this back on tyres so we can see what tyres people are on. Basson's the only one currently on the hard tyre. But Arbigdori, what a move into the S section. Wow. Big, massive tank slap from Calvin on the restart also. Wiley now just out in front. 1.4 seconds, 1.3. Just needs to keep doing what he's doing, Riley. He knows what he needed to do. We're getting to the nitty-gritty part of the season. Riley knows what he needs to do. All Riley can do is finish first this week, first next week, and then basically titles his. Or he could possibly finish second or third this week, first next week, and titles his. But at the moment, he's currently in first. You've got Arbigdori right on the back of Calvin at the minute. DRS is now enabled, but it won't be enabled down this straight. But he has got the run. We can see he's in overtake mode, and Calvin's not. Now, is this Arbigdori putting his foot down, saying that he doesn't want Riley to have it all his own way? But even if Arbigdori can win this race tonight, Riley finishes second tonight, and it goes to next week. And as I've mentioned many times, Arbigdori's not here next week. So if it does, and he's nearly pulled a second out on Calvin already. Wow. Wow. Has Calvin got any damage of sort? Or was that big tank slapper just made him think twice, because he's now fallen out the DRS? He wants to use a bit now to try and claw himself back. But Arbegdori is not gaining. He's not gaining on F1 Dave Riley. Gaz, if you're in the chat, mate, just let me know if I'm my comms is coming through, mate, because my microphone went a little bit on Sunday, so I just need to let me know if I'm coming through. Arbegdori is very low on ERS, very low. So is Calvin. Riley's out in front, but he's got an absolute mountain of ERS compared to the others behind him who are in the teens. Arbegdori goes 1:31.8, sets the fastest lap. We're going to see any overtakes now, and that gets taken off in 31.7 by Andre. 1.3, 1.4s all round between Arbegdori, F1 Riley to Arbegdori, Arbegdori to Calvin. Calvin could soon come under attack from Looney Man. 1.6 now, he's just stretching the gap now is F1 Dave Riley. Basson's now lost out to Andre. Calvin's falling back. Calvin's now 1.8 behind Arbegdori. Got Looney Man 0.7 behind, Prof 0.5 behind him, Warrior Rumble 0.6. Pray for Ye wants to try and pull that gap back, but with Warrior Rumble and the 4-lap fresher tyres, it could prove difficult. Andre's trying to get himself right back into this race as well after the shenanigans at the start with Royal Rumble. He's going for the move around 130R around the outside. Does he get himself in front? Yeah, oh, he just gets himself in front. Riley and Prof are going at it as well into the Casio triangle. I think that could be another 3 seconds. No, it's not. That's Looney Man trying to make a move on Calvin. Calvin's trying to save up his energy. Dave Riley out in front, controlling this race as we are so far 9 laps in. It's a 27 lap race, remember guys. Still got a long way to go. We're only a third of the way through this race currently. And Calvin now falls 2.2 seconds behind the leaders. But Looney Man just doesn't seem to be closing that gap either, so it's kind of just filtering out at the front at the minute. That gap from Arbegdori to F1 Dave Riley keeps dropping down to 1.1, 1.2, but he just cannot at this moment in time get it under that 1 second, which as much as it stays there, F1 Dave Riley will be happy, but Arbegdori will be even happier as well, knowing that he's only got to focus on the car in front. He doesn't really have to focus on any cars behind him, because as we can see on board with Calvin, that's the gap that Arbegdori is dealing with. And there you go, you can see Arbegdori down the road. And he's nearly got in that 1 second gap. He's nearly closed that gap now. Tyre wear will start coming into effect very soon, albeit we had a couple of laps under safety car. And also Suzuka's an easy track to pick up time penalties on as well, so need to take that into account. Looney Man's had a moment because he's now fell 1.4 behind Calvin. Prof's following his teammate through. We've got Royal Rumble right on the back of Prof as well. Bassing's all over the back of Pray For Ye also. Want to try and keep these drivers in DRS, because if Royal Rumble and Prof going at it through the S section, wow. Last thing we want in tonight's race is everybody just to fall out of DRS on lap 10, 11 or 12. And it's just going to make... And there we go, Arbegdori's just pulled himself in the DRS of Riley. But again, Riley, what's Riley's thinking here? What's Riley's think cap at the moment? If he comes under attack from Arbegdori, if Arbegdori wins and Riley finishes second, that's an extra 8 points. So that's full. I'll push his lead to around 40 odd points. So that would definitely have to be a second place or a first place finish for Riley next week. So is that in the forefront of Riley's mind, knowing that Arbadori's not here next week? So as much as he would love the win, is he happy to close up shop and take the second if he can and go all gun and put all these eggs in the basket for next week at Abu Dhabi? Because there we go, now we can see the DRS bar engaging, and now you can see the rear wing open on Arbadori, and Calvin's just slowly falling further and further behind. So the only close drivers here, and what we've just clicked onto, Andre's gone for a double, and we're on the rear wing of Andre with Prof and Royal Rumble just behind. Arbadori's fell back out of the DRS again. Maybe he's just in a little bit of charge mode, try and charge up his ERS. We're on lap 11 of 27. If these medium runners pit anytime soon, this will bring Basson back into it. Because Basson will end up being the car out in front. And obviously we know what kind of teammate Basson is. He'll do everything for his, everything he can within his power for his teammate to win the title. Got it down now to 7/10, 3.4. Calvin now fell behind. 3.4. 1.6 the Looney Man. Andre's now going to try and put Looney Man under. Andre could still very much get himself into this fight also. He's on 3 lap fresher tyres than the guys in front of him. He maybe has to pit again, but we've seen Andre go absolute miles on the medium tyre. But here we go now, here goes Arbadori. He's going to try and gain as close as he can. Looney Man pits. Looney Man's the first man to pit. Now we're going to see how much the undercut comes into play on this track. He was 1.6 behind Calvin. Does that make these drivers in front? Do they react? Do they react to the Looney Man pitting, or at least does Calvin react? I think Arbadori may be a little bit too far up the road. But he's all over the back of Dave Riley now, and he has a slight advantage in the ERS stakes as well. But Arbadori's just going to go for it, I believe, try and get a win this week, and he's basically done all that he can. And then he'll be tuning in next week to see how F1 Dave Riley gets on next week. He'll be banking on Calvin, Andre to take the win away from F1 Dave Riley next week if he can. But tyre wear could be coming into play now. He's just going to try and line them up. Do they both box on the same lap? Do they both box on the same lap? Or does one try and undercut the other one? Arbadori's not even waiting for the pit straight. Arbadori's pit. Arbadori's pit. Calvin's pit. Maybe if I was Dave Riley, I would have pit there also. I would have pit there also, maybe if I was Dave Riley. Everyone's pit now. And look. Basson, albeit he has to pit, is now the car in front of Arbadori, even though it's by quite a few corners. And did Looney Man come out ahead of Calvin? Did Looney Man come out ahead of Calvin? No, he never. No, he never. Actually, he lost time. He lost time to Calvin. So now, does Riley stay out? I don't know. Does Riley stay out and wait for? Because he's got a bit of time. He's 11 seconds. Look, he's 11 seconds behind Basson. It's a long. You can't. Oh, caution set to 2. Caution set to 2. Who's that? Calvin's at the moment. Calvin's in the wall. Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. Whoa. This is music. Riley could pit. Riley could pit now under the virtual. Riley could pit now under virtual. Yeah, I know Rostocker, mate. Only 10 drivers, bud. I know. I know, mate. Good evening, bud. Good evening. So Riley gets the pit. Riley could come out in front. Oh, Riley's come out in front. Wow. And we've got a medium runner of Andre. You could put Arbogast. What a turn of events. That was an absolute godsend. An absolute godsend for Dave Riley. But what Riley wants to do now, is try and get onto the back of his teammate as quick as possible. He wants to try and get onto the back of his teammate as quick as possible. And then try and get Basson in between him and Arbogast. He's just pulled himself. Arbogast doing all he can to stay in that DRS. Because Arbogast is soon going to come under pressure from Andre behind. Arbogast closed that gap now down to less than half a second, I mean, sorry. But wow, that virtual come just at the perfect time for F1 Dave Riley. This is where we see Arbogast make the move last time, which I was quite surprised about. He made it before the DRS, and he's all over the back of him, Arbogast now. Arbogast seems to be now getting into his groove. And he knows. F1 Dave Riley knows it's just a matter of time now. Just keep exchanging DRS, and he just now needs to keep on, because what they need to remember is this man behind. Now, if I just check quickly, race director. Yeah, he's used both compounds. He started on the hard, did Andre, and he's got medium. So this could be Andre until the end on the medium tyre. So, and he's now got himself in DRS. Basson. Yeah, I think they will by the end. But what he can do is he can cause a bit of havoc and get amongst these two and give them something else to think about. I don't know if you know Stocker, right? Arbogast, he's not racing next week. He's currently in the lead. If Arbogast wins and Riley finishes 4th or lower, Arbogast wins the title tonight. If Arbogast finishes on the podium and Riley finishes 7th or lower, Arbogast wins the title tonight. And as mentioned, we're on to Abu Dhabi next week, but Arbogast is not here. Arbogast is away on holiday or away for work. Can't remember what he told me, but Arbogast is not racing next week. Here goes Dave Riley. Is he going to put it around the outside? Pray for you gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Now will Riley just try and stick? Because look, Andre, this is what I mean about him getting himself involved. Yeah, I know that. Or Riley could be thinking, as I mentioned, oh, that could have been game, set and match there. Game, set and championship there. Just unnecessary. I know people want to win. I know people want to win races and that, but as I mentioned at the start of the stream, guys, remember there's a championship on the line. I'm not saying you've got to sit back and not overtake. I'm not saying that, but just use your wits. No, he's on the back of Arbogast. And this might even be an actual blessing for Riley because... Oh my God, that's Riley's wing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Riley has lost an end plate. Oh no. Is that championship? Is that championship done? Riley has wing damage from going into the back or after Andre loses it. Stock up. We'll keep that between me and you. Oh no. Arbeck Dory's now. That's all right, Riley, mate. I know you got wing damage, but remember your teammate's still got a pit. Arbeck Dory will go for the win. You get third. That means you definitely have to win next week. But if you can keep your head down, mate, and get that third, remember, keep your head down. You can get that third place. Arbeck Dory looks like he could be getting overtaken by Andre soon as well. Remember, your teammate still has to pit. Your teammate still has to pit, so that pushes you up to third. So that's all you need from tonight's race, Riley, is to take it into next week. Don't let it be won tonight. You need to take it into next week. That's what you need. So that's your main focus now. You got a 5.3 second gap to the car behind. Your main focus now is getting that last place on the podium. Andre's tyres could fall off a cliff later on in the race. But remember, you finish third. Arbeck Dory doesn't win the title tonight. That's your main focus right now. And remember, your teammate's in front, so you could back these up, but you're losing a hell of a lot of time. Nah, not impossible, mate. Not impossible. Not impossible. We'll have to do quick calculations. I'll do it at the end of the race to find out exactly what it is. I could even do it now quickly if I just log out my stream on my phone. So if I look now quickly, because Arbeck Dory, the legend, sent me the permutations. Right. Currently, at this moment in time, Arbeck Dory has a 37-point lead. It's a 37-point lead, does Arbeck Dory. Basson needs to pit, and that's what if Looney Man gets Riley, I know, I've seen that. It's 3.9. It's not looking great at the minute. Not looking great. On lap 19 of 27. If Riley can hold off Looney Man, then is what we get there. Call that a second, 2 seconds. No, because I think even if Basson pits, he's going to come out behind Looney Man. Arbeck Dory is now right on the back of Basson. The only thing that can help Riley here is if Basson pits, comes out around Looney Man, Pray For Ye, and then overtakes these. And if he can get to overtake Riley, then at the end of the race, he'll just give Riley that third position back. That's the only thing I can think of that's going to save Riley, because it's now 3.5 seconds. 3.5 seconds to Looney Man behind. Basson's got to play bodyguard now. Couldn't have said it better myself. Because I believe Basson's now going to lose this position. Basson's going to lose this position to Arbeck Dory now. It looks like Andre's tyres could be falling off a cliff anytime soon. And Riley's pit. Riley's pit. Riley felt he was struggling too much. Riley's pit. Well, is that the championship there? I believe it could be. I believe it could be. Because what does he need now? He's an absolute chunk of time behind. And Arbegdori's in the lead. So Wiley, to carry this championship on to next week, I believe Wiley needs to get up to third. And he's now 13, 19, 22, 24. He's about 38 seconds away from that third place, which is in 7 laps. Oof, I don't know. I think the only thing that could possibly save Riley now is a safety car. The only thing that could save Riley now is a safety car. His car could have been handling like a shopping trolley. Today, Stiggy. His car might have been handling like a shopping trolley. Was that the right call to pit? I don't know. Yeah, but Riley was in front. He dropped down to third. We're still going to carry it over to next week, Stiggy. But then Andre lost it into the Casio triangle, and pulling back out into the middle of the track, Riley ended up driving into the back of him and had to go in and change his wing. May have been the championship right there. Riley needs to finish higher than 4th to carry it over to next week. Riley's got a hell of work to do. Awful to see a championship decided like that. Has that wing damage cost Riley the championship? At the moment, it's looking like it. Arbegdori now clear for 4.4 seconds in front. So shout out to Arbegdori. He's done what he's needed to do tonight. Qualified in 5th. I think Andre's sewn on pretty much for 2nd place with Looney Man 11 seconds behind. Got Prey having another great race in 4th, albeit he's got 3-second time penalty, so currently we lose that position to Basson. Riley just needs to try and put in some laps of his life now to try and get this time back, but I don't think he's going to do it. Well, I'm pretty sure he's not going to do it. He needs to find 2.2, 4.5, 6.5. He needs to find a chunk of time. He needs to find about 20 seconds, and he's got 5 laps to do it in. Oh, very close to that pit wall as well. There's another point. Fastest lap, you can get that. And we're getting pretty close now to the end of the race where a safety car won't even save Riley. Because I believe even if a safety car come out now, I do believe everyone's just going to take track position. But currently, champions-elect Arbegdori out in 1st, Andre in 2nd, Looney Man in 3rd, Pray For Ye in 4th. I think so, Soccer as well. But we don't know what his car was handling like. If that was me personally, my honest opinion, I think I would have stayed out. And like you said, you never know what's going to happen. Anything could have happened. I think me personally, but again, we're not behind the wheel. We didn't know what the car was handling like. But we've got Basson just about to make a move on Pray For Ye. How much does he have to gain on Looney Man? He's got 2.4 behind Looney Man. Lap 23 currently. Arbegdori's 6 seconds out in front. Had a fantastic season, Arbegdori. I'm not going to take it away from him, as has Dave Riley. Both of them. It's hard to pick one. Someone has to be a winner. Someone has to be a winner. Someone has to be a loser. Yeah, Frey gone to P5, second last week as well. So a couple of back-to-back brilliant drives for Frey for you. Fantastic. And remember, you've got 7 seconds to Royal Rumble behind. He's also got a 3-second time penalty. So, yeah, as we're here now on lap 23 of lap 27, Victoria out in first with a 6.2 lead. Andre's 11 seconds in front. I think he's missed one. I think he's missed one race. This is race number 10 for him, and this is race 11 of the season. So I think he's missed one race this season. So with the last race of the season, he's missed 2 races this season. But he can go away on holiday now, put his feet up, enjoy, not have to stress about PGR next week. Still hope he tunes in though and watches it from wherever he is in the world. Thailand, I believe he's going to be in. Bassen's now put his car up into third. How the Mercedes boys wish they could change right now. But I think even Bassen finishing on the podium, I think this sews it up for the constructors as well. Maybe not, he won't see it tonight, but maybe a little bit of consolation for Riley. I think Bassen finishing third sews up the Constructors' Championship also for the Mercedes boys. But he may not be, it might come to him in the next couple of days. But I think tonight no one's going to be able to say anything to Riley. Yeah, I think he's going to feel aggrieved after this race. I understand people lose it. Was it? Again, I only caught the end of it. Was it an unsafe rejoin? He didn't actually go off track. Did he put himself into the middle of the track? Again, I'm sure it's going to be submitted in incidents. Not that it's going to be Riley any good either, because even if Andre does get penalised, it's not going to move Riley anywhere. So just going to be it would have been nice if me, on a selfish point of view, I would have liked Riley to finish top 3 to roll it over to next week, so at least I've got something to commentate on next week. But next week it's just going to be dead and buried now, so it's going to be done. But again, that takes nothing away from Marvin Dory. Been an absolute fantastic driver this season. Mind you, talking like that, it's still two laps to go, 2.5 laps to go. As we've seen in F1, especially this stupid game, anything can happen. And remember, this ain't from pole either. Big Dory qualified in 5th. Lap 3, I believe, made an absolute fantastic move on Prof, I think it was, or Luli Man, one of the Astons ran the outside going into the S's. Absolute fantastic overtake it was. Big Dory brings us around now to start the penultimate lap. Royal Rumble gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's another position there gained for Riley. That would be Riley up to 7th currently. But 7th's not going to be no good for Riley tonight, I'm afraid. Great drive for the alternate strategy from Bassen as well. Let's not take it away from him. Got himself up into 3rd place, and he's actually crawling in on Andre, but I don't think there's going to be enough laps left for him to get onto the back of him. Definitely not. Unless Andre's tyres absolutely fall off a cliff, which I doubt very much. Got Riley now, just getting onto the back of Prof. So this could be 6th place for Riley. I don't think he'll get any more. I don't think he'll get any more than that with Frey 8 seconds up the road. Yeah, I believe so, mate. I believe so. I believe that, Soccer. Caution sector 1. I believe that was Calvin, may have just had an incident on the exit of the Dunlop curve. So we're going to jump on board with our big Dory. It'll take us round the final lap. We'll watch him in full glory, albeit it looks like F1 Dave Riley's going to try and make a move on Prof. Jump on board with F1 Dave Riley, he gets the move done. We're going to go 2x2 through 130R. Oh, look at that, straight over the camera. Gets his move done. So that'd be a 6th place finish, I believe, for Riley. But as that move's been done, we'll jump back on board through the first Degner. Gets it slowed down, second Degner. Up through the hairpin. For one last time, our big Dory. Yeah, he has, mate. He's been, I think he's finished on the podium every race he's raced in this season, Stocker. He's finished on the podium. So if that's not championship form, I don't know what is, mate. So for the last time, he's got a 10-second lead now as well, look. So if you're going to win the championship, albeit put into what happened with Dave Riley aside, if you're going to win a championship, coming out and winning it by 10 seconds, we'll jump off board. Our big Dory for the last time through Casio Triangle, takes the pitch straight, and he is your champion for PGR Elite. PGR Elite Season 11. Your champion is our Mr. Adil, Mr. Arbeg Dory. Followed home by Andre in 2nd, Basson in 3rd, Looney Man, great drive from him in 4th. Calvin's DNF'd at the exit of Spoon. Pray for Ye, great finish from Pray in 5th. Oh, what happened there? Because Riley overtook him. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, GG's to Ads, champion, elite, season 11. That'll be forever grained in PGR history. And why is it saying Andre in a racing ball uniform but a Ferrari badge? That sums up this game really, doesn't it? So to finish off, our big Dory wins the championship with one race to go. Luckily for him, he's actually not here next week. Pray, pleasure, lad, mate. Great race from you again today, mate. A 2nd and a 5th. You've been on fire these past couple of weeks, mate. Our big Dory, Andre, Basson 2014, Looney Man, Pray. F1 Dave Riley ends up in 6th at the end. He wishes it was maybe 3 places higher. Prof in 7th, Royal Rumble in 8th, Calvin in 9th, DNF, and Lee Webb, the great man who made a great effort tonight. He finishes last. I know, Riley, mate. I know, mate. If you want to try and feel it's worth reporting, bud, try and stick it in. Try and stick it in the incidents, mate. We was on board with him as he approached the corner. He lost it under braking. He lost the rear end under braking. Whether you feel it was pulled himself into the middle of the track with like an unsafe, you can't really call it unsafe rejoin because he actually didn't go off track, but awareness, something like that. I don't know. I always get brought up. You don't ask, you don't get. But Riley, unlucky, mate. You fought all the way to the end, bud. Fought all the way to the end. But on that, there's no taking away from our big Dory. It's been absolutely amazing this season. Well worth the championship. Well, either of them were, Riley and our big Dory. Surely they're going to have battles for many seasons to come. But Ads, congratulations, mate. You can go away next week. Enjoy your holiday. And yeah, gentlemen, that is it. We've got one race left of the season. Going to actually be nothing to fight. Well, there's still going to be a bit to fight for next week. As we mentioned at the start of the stream, the race for third place, if you want to call it the last podium position of the championship, is right on. Baston's done himself a huge favour there. I think that's the constructors sewn up. But yeah, that is me for tonight. Again, yeah, I'll be back next week for Abu Dhabi. You got the tune into DTS tomorrow. Again, cheer on my boys, Vamos Racing, flying at the minute. Thursday we got F2. Friday, Realistic with Reef Ski and Fear. Yeah, I know that, mate. Yeah, you can actually. That's what I said at the beginning, mate. I know people are racing and all stuff like that, mate, but do keep in mind that there is a championship on the line. But Riley, hard luck, mate. Have to get our head down. You know what we'll have to do, mate, to make up for this. We'll just have to go and win the Super Bowl, mate. Vamos, amigo. Just have to go and win the Super Bowl, mate. That's what we're going to have to go and do. We've got a race, 2 races left in DTS. We've got a 113-point lead, us Vamos boys. But yeah, gentlemen, as always, I've been Mick, and I'm back next Sunday for Legacy, and next Tuesday for Elite, and I will catch you. Yeah, go and beat shit out your pillar for tonight, and come back level-headed tomorrow, Riley, mate. Just go and smash the absolute granny out your pillar, mate. But gentlemen, as always, I've been Mick, and I'll catch you all on the rebound. And once again, Arbeg Dory, congratulations, buddy. Take care, lads.